Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for clicking this video and actually fighting your dopamine receptors and not wanting to scroll through Instagram or TikTok or Shorts and getting the instant gratification. This is a long format video which I'm going to try to make as educational as possible. These short form dopamine hit videos are just there to fill your time, and just as you keep scrolling and scrolling, I don't think much information is actually retained. Where in this video, if you have the time, sit down, watch it, and try to listen to things and pick things up as well as you can. This is one thing I wish I realized earlier, and once I started to do this, that's when I noticed a big shift, big changes, and big improvements in my life overall. And this is basically working in silence, when no one else is there watching you succeed, when no one is cheering you on, or when you don't have that external motivation, when you can continue to work hard and put the time in when it's cold, it's rainy, it's dark, you don't want to get out of bed, you have things on, you're busy. Doing these things is what's going to lead you to true success. What does it mean when someone says to you, you must continue to do the work even when no one else is watching? Well, think of it like this. Just say you're at the gym and you notice you're training moderately, you're putting in 70, 80% effort, and then you notice there's some attractive female girl near you, and then you start to train harder, and then you realize damn, this girl might be watching, she might be looking, I'm going to put in extra effort. Well, that's a source of motivation. And see that extra effort you put in when you train at the gym at that moment, when you think someone's watching you, or when you feel like you have to impress someone, that how you operate at almost like peak performance, that's how you should be operating all the time, even without that external factor, without someone there watching you or giving you that external motivation. If you can learn to operate at that at all times, even when no one is watching you, no one is cheering you on, that's when you'll see these literal quantum leaps in your success in whatever you're trying to do, whether it be the gym, finance, your business, or anything like that. Once I understood this and I could capture that and then actually remove the motivation, remove the external motivation, and then actually rely on discipline instead, then I understood that discipline is now the backbone of success. Motivation is just a temporary, short-term lived thing to get you going, to get the wheels turning. But it's like in a car, you start the car and then the car's sitting idle. When you initially start the car, that's like the motivation. But when you put it into drive and it starts going forward and continues to drive along the freeway, that's like the discipline. That is what you need to keep going, to keep moving forward, and to keep making success in whatever avenue of your life you want to become successful in. Some things you can do to help you keep disciplined, instead of motivation, to take motivation out of the picture and to keep disciplined, is think of what you want in the end goal. Think whatever it may be. If you want, an insane looking physique, if you want an insane amount of money, or whatever you want it to be, instead of using that as motivation, this is how you flip it into discipline. You have to think that you've already achieved these things. So, for example, let's use the physique in the gym. Just say you wanted a certain physique. If you want to look jacked out of your mind, if you want to be ripped, have abs, all these things, you can't think of that as motivation. Or when I get there, I'm going to get that. When I get there, I'm going to get that one day. That's just using that as motivation. You have to think in your mind that you have already achieved these things. For example, you've already got the physique, you've got the body, you've got whatever you want. And now it's putting in the work to keep what you've got. That is the difference. When you embody the belief that you've already achieved these things, your mind will operate totally different. It's not like you're chasing a goal no more. You've already got the goal and you're not in that chase mode. You're in that attract mode. You've already got what you wanted. Now you're just attracting more abundance to you, or more of that what you've already got to you. That is the biggest mindset shift that you can apply to your life. That will change your life profoundly. Once you can understand this, it's a hard concept to grasp, because you're going to think, how can I think I am without actually being that first? And it's like, putting the cart before the horse. But that's the way your subconscious mind will operate most successfully. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference in the real world of you actually having the thing you want, or just telling yourself you have the thing. Your subconscious mind will think the same, or it'll operate the same way, even if you just tell yourself, I have already achieved this, I've got this already. So by telling yourself, I've already got this physique, I've achieved this already, now I'm going to the gym disciplined, because I've been disciplined to get this physique, I am a disciplined man, I'm going to continue to strive to maintain this physique. That will change the way you go to the gym. You'll train as if you've already got this physique, you'll train as if you're embodying this personality now. You've shifted your personality to this. Same goes with money. if you're constantly wanting to attract or if you're constantly wanting to chase money, it'll come back, and it's almost like it'll keep running away from you. It'll keep running away from you. But if you come into the mindset and you sit with yourself and tell your subconscious mind, I am already financially free, I already am a millionaire, or whatever it is you want to be, that's what you'll attract more of. So you can't go and use this external motivation, like I said at the beginning, and think people are watching me, I've got to train harder now, I've got to do better now because all our eyes are on me. That notion has to be removed, and you have to maintain that peak performance even when no one is watching. And this is the way that I find that's helped me, is to do that, is when no one's watching, you have to genuinely love the process. And by loving the process, like, what helps is believing that you've already achieved what you want, and now you're just going to maintain it, and you're already living the life you want to live. You're already living within the body that you want to create. And now it's just all about maintenance. Maintaining something is a lot easier than trying to chase something. Now, getting into this shift, into this, shifting your paradigm into believing this, it takes time. This is where you have to almost trick yourself. You have to trick your subconscious mind into thinking, I am this person, I have these things already. But that is easier said than done. You can't just tell someone, oh, you are this person, and start acting like it. It takes time, it takes practice. It's something, there's a lot of things you can do. You can meditate on this thought, thinking you are this person already. Or you can literally envision it, do visualization exercises, and picture in your mind, this is who you are already. But that is the problem with most people. I see that they will start something strong. They'll start going to the gym. They'll do all the right things. They'll eat the right foods. They'll train. They'll, do the cold showers. They'll do all these things for a month or 2 months. But then the motivation drops off. And that's when there's no discipline. And as discipline is the backbone of success, that's when the success drops right off. And then they're back to square one again, like nothing ever happened. But this is the crucial part that you have to understand, is to keep putting in the hours, keep putting in the work when no one is watching. And that's when, you won't see someone for 6 months or a year, and you see them again after a year and they're a complete different person. They've changed totally. And no one's watched them in the process. It's like they've gone through a portal and they've just gone into this high version of themselves, and you don't know how they've done it. Like, how did you become a millionaire, or how did you do? And it happens to appear like overnight. But no one sees the constant effort and discipline that goes in the background to achieve these things. All that everyone wants to hear is success stories and instant overnight success. But the reality of that is, it's not going to happen. It may be to the 0.01% of people who encounter a tremendous amount of luck. But then you think too, luck isn't something that really exists. People create their own luck by their certain actions, their beliefs, their choices. So if you approach things with a certain mindset, a certain belief, and that'll make you take a certain action, and then it seems like you're appearing to be lucky to everyone else. But they don't see the groundwork you've put in to create this lifestyle, or to create your own luck, as you want to call it. But that's crucial in today's society. To be able to do that, it's almost like unlocking a superpower, to be able to be disciplined when no one else is watching. If you can achieve this, and if you can maintain your level of discipline as you were when you first started a task or a project, and that instant motivation you get to maintain at that peak is going to be the quickest way to success. But this is not for the average person. Like, I don't think you watching this video are the average person, because you would not have clicked this video. So if you can implement these steps of being disciplined and thinking you already have the result before you even get it, it's like the chicken or the egg, what come first? Well, I'll tell you now. The mindset is the most important thing in any aspect of success. If you can think of yourself being as successful before you actually are, well, that's what you'll become. The body will follow the mind. That's why it's so important to reprogram and to trick your subconscious mind into thinking these things already. So continue to do the hard work even when no one's watching, when you have no motivation, and when it feels like you're making no progress. When you think no one is appreciating your efforts, that's when you've got to double down, work even harder. And you do this for yourself. At the end of the day, it's like you come into this world alone and you're going to leave alone. And whatever happens in between is just a sheer coincidence, or just your story that you're telling. And if you can understand this and you will grasp the concept of continuing to put the work in, that's when you'll succeed. I hope this video has helped some of you guys. If you understand this concept, or if you have ever thought about this concept before, let me know in the comments, because this is something that's helped me tremendously in my success, whether it be, in business or my physique, achieving these results. have just been continuously putting in the work when no one is watching, working in the dark, working in silence, and then the results will literally speak for themselves. You can remain silent, and the results will speak louder than any words can speak. Thanks for watching.